Today on the channel, we play a game that is sweeping the nation. Is it a Jakks Classic Superstar, or is it not?
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jakks Classic Superstar video, a Tuesday tradition for well over 2 years now at this point. Of course, we're talking all things Jakks Classic Superstars, and in today's video, we play that game that's sweeping the nation. We play, is it a Jakks Classic Superstar, or is it not? A lot of fun with these. I believe this is maybe the third installment of these we've had here on our Jakks Classic Superstars deep dive videos. A lot of fun to be had and some interesting conversation for sure. And if this is your first time to the channel, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. Hit up the old notification bell, as every Tuesday we got Jakks Classic videos, but the rest of the week we got everything under the sun being unboxed, everything wrestling, Marvel Legends, Star Wars. Go on for days. We got a lot of content here on the channel. But today, we're doing another version of is it a Jakks Classic Superstar or is it not? Very difficult to tell sometimes. Obviously, if it's got the Classic Superstars logo, it's got to be automatically classic. In my book, not everybody's, but my book for sure. But there's a few other things, telltale signs of is it a classic or not. So let's kick it off here. And these are all, of course, WWE shop exclusives. They were box set ones or shop exclusive most of the time here. And that's where these go. And we're going to start it off with the Big Show Andre the Giant 2-pack. A set I have had 3 times in my collection. As I've talked about in these Jakks videos before, I went through a thing where I moved and I said, okay, I'm just keeping all my classics that look in the traditional packaging. Everything else that's borderline classic or not in that, my rings, Dusty Rhodes, Hulk Hogan, this one, some of those, I said I'm selling it. Then I buy them back, and that's what happened, and now they're here forever until I finally cash my chips in and call it a career on my collecting days. But we're going to talk about this Big Show Andre the Giant pack. Once again, an interesting one. It is a 2-pack, 2 of the biggest giants ever to set foot in the WWE. I would say maybe not the biggest, but the 2 most popular giants in WWE history. Of course, you got Big Show right here, Andre here, limited edition, as online exclusives usually are. WWE logo, big window, and then you got Andre the Giant's patented chair that he carried with him bar to bar back in the day, of course. Andre coming with a nice soft goods vest. As we all know, frill is in again this year in 2022, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, you fashion experts, but Andre rocking his favorite coat, jacket, vest, whatever we're going to call it. Big Show on this side, WWE logo. Andre on this side, WWE logo. Limited edition, WWE logos at the top, same thing at the bottom. And then you get the back, you get the tail of the tape. We got the cross-sell UPCs, warnings, all that fun stuff. So nowhere on this package do we see the Classic Superstars logo. That being said, so most people are going to say, okay, automatically not a classic. And I'm not going to doubt you because this is a very tough one for me. I go back and forth on this one. So there's no cross-sell of Classic Superstars on the back here. They're promoting Ruthless Aggression figures. That's definitely not classic. The packaging, definitely not classic. There's no Classic Superstars emblem on here anywhere. So it's not classic. But that being said, we have Andre the Giant in here. No doubt a classic superstar. No pun intended, but a classic superstar in the line that we got many of Andre the Giants. Big Show, not necessarily classic superstar for this time frame, but we did get him 3 different times in the Classic Superstars lineup. Now, we didn't get this bald-headed version of Big Show except for the 3-pack that was a ringside collectible exclusive way back in the day. We talked about that on the channel as well. So 2 guys that are in the Classic Superstars line. Is that enough to count this as Classic Superstars? Not necessarily for me, but I am giving this the edge by a hair, and I'm going to say this is Classic Superstars. A lot of you guys are going to disagree, and that's okay because there's no right or wrong answer here. But the reason I'm saying this is a Classic Superstars figure is because I talked about both these guys were in the Classic Superstars. Of course, Big Show in that 3-pack in this type of version of Big Show. But the Andre the Giant is what takes it over the limit for me, as this is a re-release of his Classic Superstars figure. We got this figure in the Classic Superstars line, so this one is going to count for me, much like that bag GameStop Andre counted for me as well. This was released, without the vest of course, but this was released in the regular Classic Superstars Superstars line. Now it is in this box here. It's going to make it count just by a hair for me, and that's my final verdict, but I'd be interested to hear your guys' verdict. I can't say you're totally wrong if you're saying it's not, but for me, for just a hair, I'm counting this as classic. So that's my verdict here. Now we turn our attention to Mick Foley ×2. We got Mankind and we got Mick Foley. I guess we'll start with this WrestleMania edition, 1 of 3,000 Mick Foley, a very, very hard one to get. My old buddy Sambro hooked me up with this one years ago, a couple years ago or so. Had a heck of a time finding this one. One of these days I would love to find a loose version of this one, because I am a big Mick Foley fan, especially the Cactus Jack era Mick Foley. And of course he has the Cactus Jack shirt on here. So now, once again, this is a tough one. So we go to the packaging. WWE logo in the corner. Big window box. 1 of 3,000. Mick Foley. WrestleMania. On the side, you got a little Mick Foley action. WrestleMania. Same thing over here. WrestleMania on the top. Warnings. UPC on the bottom. And on the back, no cross-sell. Just a little bit of a tail of the tape. Mick Foley, all that kind of stuff. Let's see what it says. WrestleMania 22, Chicago, Illinois. Opponent, Edge with Lita. Type of match, hardcore. A great match in my book. Alias, Cactus Jack, Mankind, Dude Love. 6'2", 297 pounds. From Long Island, New York. Unseasonably warm this year. Signature moves. Elbow off the apron. Double arm DDT. Mandible Claw. Mr. Sacco. Career highlights. WWE Champion. World Tag Team Champion. WWE debut. April 1st, 1996. So there you go. Now, as much as I want to count this as a classic superstar, I'm going to have to say no. There's no cross-sell of classics on the back. There's no classic logos on the back. If this would have said Cactus Jack, I think I might have been a hair more likely to add it to classic superstars, as he had classic superstars, much like Andre, much like Big Show. But Mick Foley technically never had a classic superstar. We got Mankind, we got Cactus Jack, we got Dude Love, but we never got Mick Foley in the classic superstars lineup. That's why I'm going to say this one is not classic. It doesn't feel like his classic outfit. It's classic for the time, but not for what we're looking at here as far as classics go. Still an amazing piece. Like I said, I'm trying to track down a minty, loose, complete one of these. Hopefully I find them one day. It's one of those long games I'm working on here. But a beautiful figure, 1 of 3,000 as we know. Beautiful sticker that we do get with a lot of classics. That could itch somebody towards that, but I'm going to say no on this one as being classic superstar. So you guys, once again, let me know in the comments down below what you think. But now we turn our attention once again to another personality of Mick Foley. We talk about Mankind. So once again, box right here, the typical WWE logo. You get Mankind right there, which is interesting. They used the picture of the figure instead of the picture of the person like they historically do. So a little bit of a difference there. Of course, limited edition, big window box with Mankind going on. You do get the urn, you do get the microphone, you do get the mask off to the side. Very complete one, an awesome figure. Another one I would love to have a loose copy of. I haven't seen a loose one of these in a long, long time. Would love to own one of these days. And then you get Mankind on the side, same packaging or same graphics on both sides of the package. You get WWE logo at the top, WWE logo there. On the back, though, what are we promoting? We're promoting Ruthless Aggression, but we are also promoting Jakks Classic Superstars ring. So that's one of the key things is it or is it not? We're promoting Classic Superstars right here. Warnings, UPCs from there. Now, this is another one of those ones that is very difficult. So it does check. They are promoting the Classic Superstars ring with Classic Superstars wrestlers. That checks a box for me. Not having the Classic Superstars logo on here does hurt this, because I can see somebody saying technically if there's no logo it doesn't count. And I can't say you're wrong, but once again, I'm going to grandfather this one in just by a hair, and it's going to be a lot of the reasons like we saw with Andre. This is Mankind in his most classic outfit, I guess. This is how we were originally introduced to Mankind, in this brown outfit he had here. So if Dude Love is a classic superstar, Cactus Jack from his WWE, WWF time is a classic superstar, Mankind has to fit the bill as a classic superstar. He does. I mean, there's no way, there's no argument there. I think we'd all agree. And I'm actually shocked we never got this figure in the Classic Superstars line. It would have made a lot of sense, I think, to everybody. And once again, I think everybody has to agree with that. So we do get the outfit, though, of a classic Mankind right here. We did get Mankind in the Classic Superstars line already. Much like Andre, he wasn't just in a Ruthless Aggression set. He was in the Classic. So we got Mankind, be it the corporate Mankind look with the tie and all that. We still got Mankind. We still got Mankind from the Hell in the Cell match, of course, the Undertaker in the 2-pack. We got a few in there. So just by a hair, just like this one over here, I'm going to count this one too. And once again, a lot of you guys could disagree with this, and I can't doubt you. I mean, it can really go either way. I can see both sides. Just for my personal self, I'm counting these. Now, of course, the Classic Superstars logo is the biggest thing. If it ever has that and doesn't have any of the other stuff, if they put a Classic Superstars logo on a Rene Dupree back in the day, I'd say, hey, it's a Classic Superstars. Anything with that logo is automatic Classic Superstars. After that, it comes down to the iteration of the figure, what era it's from. Is it a classic era from back then when they were being released? Would it count in that line when it was released at the time? And then it comes down to a lot of the cross-sell on the back. Promotion. Are they promoting the Class Superstars line? Yes, they are on this one. So, like, once again, it could go either way, but that's my verdict. We got 2 classics just by a hair, and we got one that I'm going to rule out as not a classic. But once again, I'm going to go to you guys down below. Let me know your thoughts on all 3. Nobody's wrong, nobody's right on this, and I could see both sides of the table on this very easily. But for me, I'm saying these 2 are. This one is not. Can't wait to see what you guys say in the comments down below. And then while you're here as well, you might as well like the video. You made it this far. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the old notification bell. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. That'll help too. But make sure you've also followed along on the Patreon, where you can get this video, many other videos much, much earlier over there on Patreon. You also get bonus exclusive content and part of monthly giveaways over there. A lot of fun on the Patreon. And best of all, you can support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Pick up a t-shirt, get the old turtle anxiety, among many other shirts over there. And then hit me up and follow along on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for another hot game of is it a Classic Superstar or is it not, I'm Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.